Is a live or is it class?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Marva Louis show. So, listen, I'm not going to be long at all today. So, I just wanted to come on in and introduce the show to you guys. I wanted to come on in and say hello. I want to come on in and basically introduce the Marva Louis show to you guys. I've been trying to get this show on the road for months and months and months and months, and I just couldn't get it to. I couldn't get it done because there was so much fight. It was just so much to do. So for those of you that are coming on in, thank you so much for coming on in. Thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for those of you that called, those of you that asked what happened to the Marva Lewis show. For many of you that had questions reference to the show, listen, it was in the making for a very long time. But let me tell you, because of my work schedule, because of the fight, it was so much going on that I just really couldn't do it. And so today, which is August 1st, I thought, you know what? I'm home today. Why not? I don't have a plan. So, but I said, you know what? Let me just come on in and just do the show because what is the Marva Lewis show? It's a provocative show where we're going to be talking about all things, no filter. It's a spiritual insight show, which I believe is going to be very insightful. It is a show where we're going to have different guests come on in every now and then. That is going to be speaking on various topics, and it's not just going to be where we're going to be discussing spiritual things. That is one aspect of the Marva Lewis show, but I want to discuss so much different things. And so, with that said, you can look forward to having many guests coming on. I look forward to speaking with politicians. I look forward to speaking with pastors, both male and female pastors, to get the perspective of both male and female pastors. You can look forward to seeing a lot of people coming on speaking about health. You can look to see doctors coming on. Yes, I did say doctors. You'll see shows with doctors coming on in speaking about health, keeping our body healthy, because it's not just the spiritual aspect of us that we want to stay healthy, but we also want the physical body to be healthy also. And so you can look forward to a plethora of guests coming on. And so, yes, you will have pastors. Yes, you will have people coming on in, such as doctors. You'll have persons coming on in from the gym. You will have, listen, all walks of life, politicians. And let me make this clear, even from the beginning. I think I'm going to have to say this every single time that we come on and we do the Marva Lewis show. I don't affiliate with any political party, but I am a prophet. I am a pastor. I'm a spiritual leader. I'm a counselor. I'm a teacher. And so I am one of those persons that look forward to speaking to persons from all genres, because I am one person. I'm a person that like to understand where other people are coming from. I like different perspective. And so I want to bring that to you guys as we discuss different topics here on the Marva Louis show. And so I don't want it to be just all about Marva. Yes, it is the Marva Louis show, but I don't want it to be all about Marva. And so this show is going to be featuring you, is going to be featuring the guests, it's going to be featuring persons in everyday life. And so I have a segment that literally for months while I was planning the Marva Louis show, because the Holy Spirit told me to go ahead and get this done probably the middle part of last year, while I was going through, I can't even say how much day of fasting, but I was fasting for several months well. And so this was one of the seeds that was, planted in my spirit, reference to going forth in the things that God would have me to do in the year 2023. And so with that said, one of the things that I always wanted to do is to answer questions. And I know for many of you that's been following me for a few years now, you would know that usually I would come on and do a little bit of cooking. I would answer your questions. And we're going to have segments where we're cooking also on the Marva Louis show. So don't feel it's slighted in any way. We're going to have days when we're going to be cooking, and sometimes I'll have a guest to come and cook. And so we'll also have one or two persons that will come on in to taste the food. I know plenty of people have been saying, Marva, when we can taste this food. And so we will have persons that will come on in, probably a guest or two to come in and taste the food after we're done cooking. And so you can look forward to that. That was one of the segments I wanted to be able to produce and kind of, have be a part of the show. And so you all forgive me because this is a live show. I'm not preaching. I'm just being Marva. So don't look for me to to be this politically correct person. I know that's what, us Bahamians, that's what we expect. But I'm going to try to use the Queen's English as much as possible. But, this is me being real. This is me just being Marva. Because before I was the prophet, before I was the pastor, before I was any of these things, I was just Marva from the, round away, Marva from the ghetto. And so with all of that said, I wanted to introduce a few segments. And one of those, I believe a few months ago, I would have posted on Facebook. And because I haven't been on Facebook a lot, I think it didn't gain any traction like that because persons was not seeing me on Facebook Live as much as they used to. And so I guess it didn't gain that much traction, but that's okay. But there is a segment, like I said, that I wanted to introduce to you that include my bowl. And as you can see, I have this beautiful bowl that I have here, and it's been resting on my desk for a little while now. And so what we're going to do is every question that you guys have, you can go ahead and email me. Which email are we going to use? Marva Louis, I believe it's Marva Louis 1981. Don't quote me yet. I believe it's Marva Louis 3240 at hotmail.com. I'm going to make sure that's the correct one. But you're going to be able to email me, or you can send me a message via Messenger on Walking into Destiny Live. You can also send me a WhatsApp message. Many of you already have my contacts, which I will give to you again. And so you can send me your questions, any question. It can be anything having to do with spiritual. It can have to anything to do with relationships. Any questions that you may have. I don't know it all, but if I have a question or you give a question that I cannot answer, I'm going to find the answer for you, even if it takes me a few days. And so, like I said, with this bowl here, you can go ahead, send me your questions, your comments, your queries. We're going to put your questions in this bowl, and every time that we come on live, every time that I'm live, I'm going to pick a question from the bowl and we're going to discuss it for a few minutes. And even sometimes when we have guests in, I love the guest pick a question from the bowl, and then we're going to have a discussion on that. And so, like I said, while you are here, please feel free to communicate with me as we go on with the show. I'm going to give you my phone number, whereas you can call into the show. We can have discussions. You can ask questions based on the topics that we are discussing at the time. You can call in and you can be a part of the show. Like I said to you earlier, this is not a show. This is not all about Marva. It is about you, and it's about the guests, and it's about the persons that will come on to the show. And so what do I plan or do what do I want to see happen when it comes to the Marva Louis show. I want this to be a show that will not only be, here on Facebook Live or YouTube, but I want this to be an international show because I want to reach people not only locally, but here in the Bahamas, but I want to reach people all around the world because I believe that there are, like I said, I love different perspectives, seeing things from different perspectives. And so to be able to reach people all around the world. Listen, based on my ministry, I can speak to people all the way in Africa. I can speak to the people in the United States. I can speak to people that is in the United Kingdom, people that are in China. I believe I had a guest that was watching from, if I'm not mistaken, Antarctica. Or the Arctic, I can't remember, but it was one of those far places. And it was so amazing to know that you are reaching people, I mean, from all walks of life, from all around the globe. And isn't it just amazing how I can sit down behind a camera and I can reach people, millions and thousands and millions of people all around the world without ever meeting them. And so it'll just be great, to one day bring somebody on and let them speak about their homes, let them speak about their experiences, and that's something that I want to do, just come on, and where we have a segment where we just speak to somebody from Washington, somebody from New York, somebody from Africa, which I think is so important, because sometimes, because we're so used to one perspective, we're so used to growing up right here in the Bahamas or right here in the United States of America, and you're not seeing different perspective, you're not seeing someone else's background. And so with the show, I hope to accomplish just bringing people together from every walk of life, bringing the politician with just a local member or person right off the street, or speaking to a doctor, speaking to um, um, uh, a sport fanatic, or somebody, a teacher, different walks of life, so that we may be able to understand where persons are coming through. And so I hope to make this a very interesting, like I said, provocative, spiritual, insightful. And so don't expect it to always be spiritual. Sometimes it may be based on relationships, it may be mental health, something that I really want to discuss on the show, which is mental health. It may be women in leadership, whether that be political, whether that be in church, whether that be staying at home, whether that be leadership and at your career. I just want to be able to discuss these different and various topics with persons. And so I'm hoping to, with this show, to reach, like I said, many persons internationally and locally, and be able to bring people together, so that you may see different perspectives and be able to open your mind to the possibilities. Just growing up in one place or in one area may keep you kind of confined to that one way of thinking or just that one perspective. And so it's going to, I hope, cause you to be able to open your eyes and be able to see things from a different way. A lot of times we look at people and we say, oh, they're a pastor. And so, of course, we hold people at a different level. We sort of put them on a pedestal, not understanding that maybe that pastor or that politician or that leader, being male or female, still is a human being, and is still, probably still will fail, and will probably fail you, and probably will disappoint sometimes. But that's a part of being human, right? Failing and getting up and having success stories, triumph, victory, sweat, tears, blood, loss, grieving. All of this is a part of being human. And so sometimes we look at people because they are in certain positions. We sort of hold them at a different, um, category, or we put them on a pedestal. Hey, listen, we're still just people. I'm a pastor. I'm still just a human being. I'm a police officer, but I'm still just a human being. I usually say to persons that yes, I'm a pastor. Yes, I'm a police officer. Yes, I'm a mother. Yes, I'm a leader. But at the core of it, I'm still a girl. I'm just still a female. I still crave, you know, comfort, and sometimes there's still fear. And yes, we do quote the Bible. Us Bahamians, especially in our culture, we know scriptures, and so we can always quote a scripture to basically cover what it is that we are going through at that specific time. Um, but yeah, God did not give us the spirit of fear, but we're still human, and these are the things that I want to discuss. You can't be perfect. We are not perfect. None of us are perfect. And so these are the things that I want to discuss on the Marva Louis show. Like I said, this is just an introduction, a soft introduction to the Marva Louis show. And so when you see me again, we're probably going to have a hard introduction where we're going to officially open the show. But I just wanted to introduce the show to you, let you know what it is that you could look forward to, what it is that you will see on the Marva Louis show. And I'm hoping that, one of these days I may be able to retire and do this full time, a part of being in ministry. And so you never know where God will take you. You never know where the fight was so great, reference to me starting this. You never know. The fight may have been great because God has, greater plans. You never know. It could start as just me sitting behind, my laptop or my phone, my behind the screen doing this now, but you never know where it can take me. And so with that said, another segment, and this will be where, little spiritual quotes and spiritual insight and little, motivational speeches. And y'all know I can give a good motivational speech. Yes, God. And so listen. And so with that said, let me just inspire you right before I come off. Um, it doesn't matter how small you begin. It doesn't matter just with the little things that you begin. And one of these days, I'm just going to, turn the cameras around so you can see my little desk that I've purchased. I've been doing ministry, social media ministry, I think going on 8 years now. And so I've grown from just being at my dining room table with my, rickety little phone that didn't have a good view or, good camera quality, to just holding my phone in my hand, to getting something that I could brace my phone on, to the point where I literally now just purchased my brand new desk that I have my brand new laptop on. I just recently purchased a new ring light that can hold 3 different cameras, and I had my lights for, I think, probably about 4 or 5 years. Always had my lights. But one of these days, I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see the little setup here. But I never thought, like about 8 years ago, that I would, literally be sitting here back home in Grand Bahama with my little, area etch out in the apartment where I'm able to speak to you guys. So you never know where it is that God will take you. And so, yes, it may be just a little show right now. It may be just you, starting a little something at home. It may be you just, starting to do your hair at home, doing nails at home. It may be you just cooking 4 meals in your kitchen and just going out and giving it to people. Hey, listen, do not despise small and humble beginnings. Because let me tell you, let me tell you, He blows my mind every single time. Every single time. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Like I said, the show, we're going to be discussing many things on the show, and I'm going to go in just a moment because I have a class to teach at 6. But I was saying all this week, hey, listen, you all know, for many of you that's been watching me for a while, you all know that I wanted to do the back to school little jamboree for the kids, for the children. And so I'm like, God, where does money coming from? Where does money coming from? God, I have so much projects. I'm doing this and I don't have the time, and I'm this and that. And just like that, God put it on someone's heart months ago to sow into this ministry. And so months ago when I was praying and asking God, how am I going to do this? God, you tell me to do this. How am I going to do it? And the person says, hey, listen, the Lord spoke to me months ago, weeks ago, but he told me he was going to give me a specific time on when to release the seed. And so when God told this person to release the seed was the exact time that I needed the seed. And I'm not trying to make this about sowing or anything like that, but I'm giving you an example of when you are about to do something and you are relying totally on God. Listen, he's going to bring that thing to pass. He's going to, listen, he can make it happen. He's going to cause it to happen. Somebody hear me. I about to take you all to church. I'm kidding. I'm not going to take you all to church, not today. But listen, it was so good to speak to you guys just for a few minutes, just to welcome you to the Marva Louis show. Look forward to me being just Marva. Don't look for me to be perfect. Just look for me. Sometimes I will be laughing. Sometimes we may be crying. Some days we will, be discussing some things that are very difficult. There are some topics that I want to discuss, like childhood trauma, and how we heal from childhood trauma, and how does childhood trauma really sort of sabotage our adult relationships, be it in our friendships, romantic relationships, job, workplace relationships. And so we're going to be discussing a plethora of topics. And so let me know, hit me up. You can also find me on TikTok at Marva Louis. You can find me on Instagram as Marva Louis or Walking into Destiny. You can find me on Facebook at Walking into Destiny Live. You can find me, for those of you that are already watching on YouTube, welcome. You can find me on YouTube at Walking into Destiny, or just type Marva Louis and my YouTube channel will just pop up. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? We're going to have these shows live on Facebook, which is Walking into Destiny Live, and it's going to be live on my YouTube channel, which is live right now. And you can find that at Walking into Destiny. You can just type Marva Louis or Walking into Destiny, any one of them in the search engine, and it's going to come up. And hey, I should mention all of the things that I've purchased. And I said I'm going to give you a little tour in the days to come. All of the things that I've purchased, most of them I've purchased from Amazon. And so yes, I'm going to have most of the items that I have here, my broadcast mic, my laptop, my ring lights, and all of my studio lights. I'm going to have the link available for you in my Amazon shop, and I'm going to link it in the comments so that you may be able to just go on. And if you wanted to purchase any of these items, you could go on my Amazon shop front, and you can purchase any of these things. So guys, it was so good to communicate. It was so good to touch base with all of you this afternoon. I only came on just for a few minutes to introduce myself and to introduce the show to you. And when I say introduce myself, I mean introduce myself as just Marva. Don't put me on no pedestal because I can fall off. But I just wanted to reintroduce myself to you. And then I wanted to introduce the Marva Louis show to you. As you can see, to your love, my background. Isn't it cute? Isn't it nice? Listen, my daughter did this. For many of you, my daughter is into graphics. And all of the flyers that you see me do, all of the things that you see me posting on Facebook. Listen, my daughter is the mom.com. And so she does graphics. Not only does she graphics, she does t-shirt printing, t-shirt designs. So if you want to get the hookup, call me and I'll get you hooked up. Sister girl is good with the t-shirt printing. And so she does graphics. She can print your little designs on the shirts for those, when you have in graduation, weddings, funerals, anything, and you want a t-shirt and you want it on a t-shirt, my daughter is able to assist with that. And like I said, with my background, she designed this. And I have a website where I do all of my Walking into Destiny merch. I'll probably put that in the comment section also, where you can also go and you can purchase all things Walking into Destiny, and so on, all things Marva Louis. And so my mugs, and let me show you this little cute little thing here, which is this is my computer, my mouse pad. Listen, I got it off this little website I call Redbubble. And so any little thing that I have here, I also have the background. And also, listen, for those of you that know my background, like to behave, I also have my little cushions with the Marva Louis show cushion. Isn't this cute? Let me tell you, all, my daughter is the bomb.com. I don't think nobody, let me tell you, I have the best little daughter ever. I know you all have some good daughters too, but let me tell you, oh, my daughter is the bomb.com. And so she, was the one that designed all of this. And so when you see me sitting upright and comfortable, I got my little cushion pillow that my daughter designed that came from Redbubble, my little merch store. And so, hey, I'm going to teach a class in another, say, probably 8 to 9 minutes. And so it was so good to talk to all of you. It was so good speaking with you. And it was so good to introduce myself, reintroduce myself to you guys. Hey, for those of you watching me on YouTube, my Destiny Walkers, blessings. Thank you so much for tuning on in. For those of you watching me on Facebook, I always appreciate you. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and you're going to see more of me. And so I can't say or give specific times to say, okay, I'm going to come on every Wednesday. I'm going to come on every Friday. Listen, yes, God, when you catch me, you catch me. You all know I don't have a specific schedule because work is real hectic. It is crazy. And so please turn on your notifications on YouTube. Turn on your notifications on Facebook so that when we come on, you'll be able to know. And then sometimes I'm going to be live on TikTok also. And so listen, go and find me on TikTok. It's Marva Louis, Louis. Go and find me on TikTok. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead, follow me on Facebook so that when you get the notification, I come on live, you get the notification, and then you can stay tuned to all of the shows. We're also going to have giveaways. We're going to have, listen, there's so much things that I have in store for y'all. If y'all only know, there's so much fun little things that I have in store for those of you that are following and watching. And so, hey guys, toodaloo. What is the word? Toodles. Bye. For now. But I'll see you guys in a few. See you guys in a few. Blessings to all of you.